Hey everyone, Hunter from Raw Cichlids here. Today I'm going to be doing another new facility fish update slash walkthrough video, showing you guys all the fish here, and then also doing a walkthrough feeding. So you'll get to see me feed all the fish as well. But if you're new to the channel and you don't know where I'm at, this is our third newest building for our business, breeding and raising African cichlids. So we've been documenting the progress as we built this building out. All the setup, plumbing, electrical, setting up tanks, getting all that done. But if you're interested in any of that, there's a playlist link down below that you can click on and watch that. But back to this, I've been updating since we've finished building out. For the most part, we've been filling the tanks up with fish, so I've been just showing the progress we've made as we fill up tanks and add fish. So if you watched the last video, these 75 gallons up here were filled. Now they have, most of them have fish. I think up to halfway have fish. The 750 gallon ponds down below, I think only half of them had fish last time. They all got fish now. I moved over a few of my breeder groups, the ones with the covers, like trout, big buccochromis, so I'll be showing those. This whole row of 75 gallons is completely filled. A few more vats on each row I'll show. And then this whole row of 75 gallons is filled with water and fish. And then this whole row of vats is filled with water, about halfway full of fish. But I'm not gonna be showing these guys in this video. I'll show them in the next video. I just moved them over recently. Most of them are still a little skittish, not coming up to eat, so I wanna wait until they're a little more used to the tank before I do a video on them. And let them get a little bit bigger. A lot of them are pretty small, hard to see on camera. So that'll be next video, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks from now. But I'm gonna go ahead and start feeding these guys now and showing you the fish. I'll start with the big boy food. All of our fish are fed our lineup of foods. I'm gonna go ahead and take off these covers too before I get too deep into the video. Just bear with me for a second. I meant to take these off beforehand, but all right, so this is the front half of the covers we use for certain ones that we're worried about them potentially jumping out. So you can see the back section on there too. We could take that off if I need to get into the tank and have more access, but taking off the front is plenty to see into the tank and to put a net in there. I just went through these guys and stripped the female by just taking off that front one. The back one didn't need moved, but can also feed through it, no problem. So we usually just leave it on all the time, except for when we gotta go through. But starting off with our Buccochromis lepturus green breeder group. The male is, I think, 9-10 inches or so right now, and then 1 or 2 subdominant males in there. But I just got about, I think, 35-45 from them yesterday. And they've only been in there for, I think, 3 weeks now, 3 weeks to a month. So they're definitely enjoying the extra space. These are Taniochromis holentania. Very cool species. We're trying to breed. I currently have a male in there I'm selling. You can see he's colored up pretty good though for his size. The one right behind that little air hose to the left, he's on the website. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I think it's been, what, 2 months now since I've been doing the videos showing the fish over here. I finally have some that I've been selling over here. That's the decent amount. We've been selling probably 10 to 15 fish a week from over here. I mean, most of the for sale fish are still over at Fish House 1 and 2 on the other property. But I will be naming a few species in here that are on the website for sale if you're interested in any. And they're on the website www.roncycles.com. But there won't be a whole lot though. A lot of the stuff I need to let get a little bit bigger before I sell. Hawklicips. I think I'm gonna make this into a new breeder group. I got one nice male clawing up in there right now. There he is. Cross between a Malawi hawk and Tyrannochromis maculiceps we created. This is my Malawi trout breeder group. This was the last pond I filled up on this side, so they definitely weren't shown in the last video, but the camera's not gonna do them justice. These guys are a foot long, 12 inches each. Very big, beautiful fins. These came from two different 275 gallon vats like this over here. That's how big these are. So I had one male and like 8 to 9 females in each. And then now with the 750s, I decided to combine the groups and then put the males together. And they've been doing good for the last week or two, so. And then you'll see I'm skipping some because they're not getting the food that I currently have. They'll be getting the smaller food. So I'm not gonna name them until I actually feed them. These are nigervenor, Tyrannochromis nigervenor. I've been selling males out of here, 6 inches, starting to get the blue heads. That's it for big boy. Moving on to adult. Most of the fish here are getting the Juvie and adult food. Burundi frontosa. This was one of the species I was definitely excited to move over to the 750. They came from one of the 250 totes. And they're pretty crowded in there, to be honest. I've been just waiting to get one of these set up to move them over. But they're finally, after a month or so, finally starting to get used to the tank. They were all huddled in that back corner for the first solid 2 weeks. And now they're actually relaxed, I'd say, coming out. And then they were getting a little skittish when I walked by. But they're used to it now. We're gonna try to make a breeder group out of these and breed them. We don't do much with Tanganyikans, but we know some people like frontosa. We're not gonna mess with the super rare types. Just for anybody looking for frontosa is what we're shooting for. Nothing real special. Spilostitchus, Mylochromis spilostitchus. I got one jumbo male in there. That's on the website. Just starting to color up. Here are species you don't see that often. Gold Harbor. Got some males coloring up in there. Malarai, Chidunga, red blue. I've been selling males out of there. I'm way male heavy, so. Oh, I got a lot more to feed, forgot. With the adult. Obi Lawanda. I've got probably 150 fish in here. It's deceiving for sure how many fish are in each tank. These all came from a a 250, and they didn't look that crowded in that tank. So when you move them from a 250 to a 750, they have a big growth spurt too. So mix of OB Dragon Blood, Red Blue OB Peacock, and then a mixture of different standard Dragon Blood colors. So Tangerine, Platinum Fire, some Strawberry sometimes, Long Pelvic Madoka, Lubuna, Fusco. A lot of the ones in this row, especially the first half, have already been shown in probably 2 other videos, but for anybody following along, if you can remember how they looked before, you can see the progress they made, how much they've grown. Like these have grown probably a solid inch overall since the last video, so maybe a month and a half. And these were the same thing as the first tank, just a mix of OB Dragon Bloods, OB Peacocks. These are Venustus Taiwan Reef Cross. I just sell them as hybrids on the website. Venustus Cross. Same thing, Taiwan Venustus. Borlei Cross. And then some of the tanks are dirty. We haven't wiped them off this week. Fireline Melodo. Banga Sunshine. Got some little males starting to show a lot of yellow, like right there. He's a little stud. Some mixed peacocks. Obi Morai, Obi Blue Dolphin. Saffron peacocks. Niger Venner. I had the AC turned down from earlier today, so there's going to be some condensation on some of the tanks. Albino Red Sun peacocks. Then the rest of these are too small. They'll be getting mainly Juvie and Big Fry. Moving on to this side. Missed one right here. Nova Tetra Cross. Nova Blue Longnose Tetra Stigma. Had these guys in a 75-gallon last video. Just moved them to this tank to let them get a little bigger. Huko Nodo Strigatus Cross. So I call them Nodo Goddess. I got 1 male in here I'm selling that's coloring up. Where is he at? Right there. Pretty good color. I wait till most of these fish have some color before selling them. Polystigma. We've got a few males in here available, and then I've got I think a brooder group or so, and then just females if you want just females. But not many people have these out of most of the Nimbochromis linni, and these are the uncommon ones. You don't see them as often. Turquoise Hat Marginatus. Beautiful fish. I think I have these on sale on the website, and I also got bigger ones, like 5.5 inch on sale as well. So if you're looking for a better deal on a fish, they're like 25% off. Trout. I've had these over since like the first video, and they're just finally big enough now where I'm wanting to sell them. They're like 6 inches, just starting to show a hint of color, but they're good sized. They should start coloring up within the next inch or two. Spallopteris yellow. I just started selling males out of this tank, but they all sold, so, and I'm probably in a week or two, I'll have more ready. But I've got a few that are close. The yellow is starting to come in. Fuscos. These guys get a lot of food. 2 big handfuls for them, and they'll get some Juvie. Just starting to show some decent color. Now those are on sale as well, but bigger ones, if you're looking for like 6-inch plus, they're 25% off on the website too. More trout. Gonna sell these once they're a little bigger. Wee Red Empress, not many in there. Show those later. Buco spectabilis. Got some 4.5-inch males. Just starting to show some blue I'm selling. They've been doing real good. This is definitely one of the harder to find bucos in my opinion right now. This one and the buco green, and then the buco what is it? Heterotania. All three have kind of just fell off the map lately. The buco nodo and radicia are much more common than the other 3 I named. These are bicolor. I've been selling a decent amount of males from here. They've been very nice looking. And then just a little yellow blaze. That's gonna be it for adults. We'll move on to Juvie now, and then big fries last. Juvie will definitely take a little longer because everybody almost gets the Juvie. Go back this way. And then I'm sure some of you are probably thinking, hey, he's already fed some of these tanks. Well, that's true, but the first time I feed, I don't feed them the exact amount they need. There's a good chance that they're still gonna be hungry. So I go back around and I look to see how they act and if there's food in the bottom. So you can see these, they came up running, swimming to get the food. So that means they didn't really get enough the first time, no food left in the bottom, and they're still hungry. So I know I mentioned this, I think, the last video, some tips when feeding, but yeah, it's a real easy way to tell if you need to feed more. But I forgot to say the name. Shoot, I got distracted. But we got Barracuda, Malawi Barracuda, Protomilus annectans, very rare fish you don't see unless you import from Europe. I breed these. These are all bred and raised by me. The ones with the little blue are males coloring up. I think I got some bigger ones on the website from the other facility, from a bigger clutch. Got Bang and Sunshine, smaller ones, some little males, showing some pretty good color. I already showed the Gold Harbor. Smaller saffron peacocks. Christmas Fulu, just started selling males out of this tank. Juvie large, 2 1/4 to 3 inch. Beautiful little males. Those are probably one of the most popular Victorians I sell. Fire Hat, Madoka Chulumba, Mabuna, Blue Otter. Not many people know about this species either. They're related to the Placidochromis jailer reef. These guys are in the same family. They just keep more darker blue. quickly feed the ones that I already named off. You see, most of these I fed already, and they're still hungry. So yeah, I could have fed a little more the first time, but when you've got as many fish as we do, and this is just one facility. We got 2 more, and this is not even filled up all the way. So when you got this many fish, you definitely don't want to be feeding them a full meal the first time you go around. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a much higher chance that we overfeed, and with our filtration setup, if you overfeed, tanks get pretty cloudy. There isn't any heavy-duty filtration like a canister filter that's going to really clear up a tank if you overfeed and suck up some of that extra food. The extra food in these tanks just sits in the bottom. So, see if I missed any. Just these. Venustus rostratus trout cross. Cool little hybrid. I've been selling bigger ones on the website. Just started breeding them, but they were an accident. But really cool looking fish. Caning's eye, my Benji. Got some beautiful little males clearing up in there. They still got quite a ways to go. They got to get at least an inch bigger before I'm going to sell them. Venustus, little bigger ones. Just moved these guys from a 75 gallon to this 250 just recently. Lucci squamulatus, very rare Victorian, red listed species. Swedish hongi. I've been trying to produce more of these because you guys buy quite a bit of them. So I finally got one from this tank that is just quite big enough I'm gonna sell. So it'll be Juvie large, 2 1/4 to 3 inch male. Catale, Philiborni. That condensation, man. Before the next video, I'll make sure we go around and clean up these tanks and make sure there's no condensation. Get a little better video for you guys. I've been just forgetting to do the videos over here, so I want to do it while I was over here before I forget again. Eureka Red, Kawingi, OB Dragon Blood. These guys are looking great. Quite a bit of pink and red coming out, and that's what I want to see. But these and a lot of these other ones still got months before they're even gonna be close to for sale size for me, at least. I like to get a lot of these to the point where they got a good amount of color and size to them where they're gonna hold their color in your tank. Blueberry Obi Masinji, doing excellent. They came from a 40 gallon because I got a little bigger batch, so I don't need these guys to grow a whole lot right now. So I didn't move them to a vat, but they've been doing great. Within a week of me moving them over, they were used to this tank, and you just saw they ate all that food, and that was a lot of food, and it's gone now. So give them a little bit more. And the Juvie seems like it's a little too big for fish this size. They're like 1.5 to 2 1/4. But look at that, it's all gone. But Juvie and Big Fry is perfect for fish this size. Solosi, we got a brooder group I'm selling. Nice little male. And you can see all the yellow ones are females. And then Red Top Numby, got a nice little male I'm selling. Yellow OB Peacock. Lots of stunners coming up in there. Turkis, one little nice male clearing up. I got plenty of bigger ones of those over at the other facilities. Taiwan Reef, Midnight Husiri, and Albino Morai. Mason Reef, Uchillis, A lot of these smaller fish came from 20 gallons in the other facility and moved to 75 gallons. So it's been probably a month and a half, 2 months for most of them. So they're just now getting to the size where like these, I'll be moving these to a vat real soon. So they'll be going down there in a vat. Give them more room to grow. Spiral stitches. Taniolithanops frisicata. Those guys definitely got a long ways to go, man. They get over a foot long, full grown. Blue Regal, Kobu, got a little stud male in there. 2.5 inches and basically full color. Bucco spectabilis. Trimeticromis camberi. Extremely rare fish. Haven't been able to get these in 3+ years, and I don't know if anybody in the States breeding them. At least on online websites. There may be private breeders out there with them. Malawi hawk. They've had a little growth spurt recently. They've been like 2 inch, now they're like 2.5, 3 inch. Some may be a little bit bigger than 3 inch. That's gonna be it for Juvie. I know the video is getting long, but I still got big fry to feed. The more fish I add over here, the videos are gonna slowly get longer and longer. So if you like longer videos, great. If not, you might wanna do the double speed, fast forward button on there. That way you can cut like a 40-minute video into 20 minutes. Thank the sunshine. I think I basically named all the fish by now. So if there's one I didn't name, I'll mention it, but for the most part I won't be talking a whole lot more. This is our makeshift pack out station for now. We'll end up making a table like the other facility. We've shown that in one video at least before. But we'll be making a wooden table, painting it, and then having shelves on it for all the supplies later on when we're packing more. But like I said, I think before, we're only doing like 10 to 15 fish maybe a week from over here. Maybe a little more. I think this week we had close to 20. The numbers are slowly starting to go up as we add more fish and as they grow. But in a year or so, a lot of these, I'm excited to see the progress and how they're all doing. In a year, we'll have a lot of bigger fish, a lot more fish for sale. Sure, these guys are still hungry. All right, there we go. That's it. Came in just about under 30 minutes. So I'll close these up after. I'll close the air after and then finish up everything else. But that is gonna be it. Stay tuned for the next update video showing everything along with this setup. I'll be moving some fish around, filling up some more vats on the other side, and then hopefully have this row of vats start filling up with fish, or at least with water in the meantime. And then for anybody who wants to see more build-out update videos, we still gotta get this side hooked up to the back. That'll be easy. Less than like 2 hours to do that. And then we gotta start working on this next row, which is vats on one side, like this, vats and 75s, and then it's gonna have 40 gallons on the other side. So hopefully by the end of the year, this side will definitely be done. And then this middle row will be probably maybe halfway done or all the way done, just depending on the time we have. But we haven't worked on that since we still have plenty of room right now, so we're not in a rush. So we'll save that for a later date. But if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Check out the playlist again down below if you want to see the other ones, if you're new to the channel. If you've been following along, thanks for watching. We've done probably close to what, 10 to 15 of these new facility videos. So yeah, if you've been watching the progress, I know a lot of you guys were waiting for the fish to finally come, and excited to see that. So I'm glad I can finally show you the fish after all the build out updates. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.